Alright lads, CFC Vlog here, and welcome to yet another episode of the weekend preview. If you haven't seen this before, it's generally where I take all the Premier League results and all the Premier League games and the Charlton game, and I predict them, give you a preview, quick preview on them, and yeah, that's generally all there is to it. So let's get into the matches. The first game is Aston Villa versus Sunderland. I'm predicting a 1-0 win for Aston Villa, not much to say about that. Next game, Cardiff versus Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal flying high at the moment. Top of the league, doing really well. Mesut Ozil in form, Wilshere in form, Giroud in form. They've got a lot of really good players at the moment. Ramsey, of course, in the form of his career. So I predict that Cardiff will be no problem for them. I predict a 2-0 win for Arsenal. Next game is Everton versus Stoke. Wait a minute. I'm just making sure my mic is on. My mic is on. Next game is Everton versus Stoke. Everton, of course, getting a good draw, I think, against an informed Liverpool. Despite being at home, I think that is a good point for them, really, because Liverpool have been near enough unstoppable this season with Daniel Sturridge and Luis Suarez up front. And I think they've got enough to still see off Stoke. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to... I just realised I've said there's going to be no draws. I'm just going to stick with it. I'm just looking for results. There's no draws in there. I'm going to stick with it anyway. There probably will be a draw at some point. I just rolled on and didn't think there was going to be a draw, obviously. It would be nice if there was no draws in the whole weekend, but probably won't happen. Next game is Norwich versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace obviously getting a good... Could they win? Yeah, they won last week against Hull. It wasn't a particularly good win. They created a couple of chances and ended up taking one of them. A deserved win because Hull didn't play particularly well either. But against a team with Norwich stature, especially with Norwich playing at home, I don't expect them to get any more. So I'm going to predict a 2-0 win for Norwich. Next game is West Ham versus Fulham. I'm going to go ahead and predict a 1-0 win for West Ham. Obviously, Fulham not in good form at the moment. West Ham in decent form. It's always hard, and it's always a hard place to go. It's always hard to go to Upton Park and get 3 points. Next game is Newcastle versus West Brom. I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Newcastle. Obviously, Remy's been in superb form. No one for West Brom really poses too much of a threat, in my opinion. There's no one huge who I think, oh god, he's going to be playing. He could be a danger. Next game is Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United. Oh god, sorry about that. Obviously, Tottenham coming off the back of a terrible 6-0 hammering at the home of United's rivals Man City. Not going to be in good form. Man United come off in a bit of form after their 5-0 win against Bayern Leverkusen at Bayern Leverkusen on Saturday, on Wednesday, too. And I believe I've got enough to see off Spurs. I'm predicting a 2-0 win. Next game is Hull versus Liverpool. Obviously, as I said before, Liverpool have been in superb form this season, and Hull have been in fairly average form, average to bad form. So I'm going to predict a 3-1 win for Liverpool. Next game, Chelsea versus Southampton. I'm going to predict a 3-2 win for Chelsea. I think it's going to be a good game. Both two very good games at similar positions in the table at the moment, I believe. And I believe it'll be a fairly even match, coming away victors. Game is Manchester City versus Swansea City. At the home of Man City, I don't see them losing. I'm going to predict a 2-1 win. Swansea are a good team, but not many people can go and say that they won at Manchester City. So that's my reasons behind that. Next game, Charlton versus Ipswich. Obviously, Charlton coming back off a 2-0 win at home to Doncaster in the replay. And a very, very comfortable win as well. Doncaster were very poor, it must be said, but a very comfortable win. A lot of promising signs in there. So I'm gonna go for Charlton 2, Ipswich 0. Ipswich are around mid-table, average form. And hopefully Charlton carry on at home and keep up this good form. I guess that's the end of the video, guys. So please leave a like, please subscribe, and please comment. And I'll see you guys later. Cheers.